Are you interested in coding? Ever tried to learn it? Tried and tired of money payment website and app? Don't worry, you're here at the right place. Welcome to Coder Crash. In today's video, we are going to see about structure and union in C and C++. Before that, let us see the answer for the problem we have asked in previous video. So here's the answer for the previous problem. The problem is to find transpose of a matrix. For that, first I'm including a header file iostream.h for cin and cout statement and conio.h for clear screen and getch function. Inside void main, first I'm including clear screen function to clear the output screen, and then I'm declaring an integer array A of maximum 10 rows and 10 columns, and I'm entering R and C to get number of rows and columns. So I'm giving the user information to enter number of rows and column, and I'm getting rows and column and storing in R and C. Next we are telling the user to enter the element of the matrix. So for that we are including for loop. So for int I equal to 0 and I less than R denotes row, I++ is increment value, and inside the for loop we are including another for loop. So for int j equal to 0 and j less than c, so j will denote column, j++. Inside the loop we are getting the value for a of ij, and the value will be stored at a of ij. Next we are going to print transpose of the matrix. For that we are including another for loop. So for I equal to 0, I less than c, and incrementing the I value. Next, the nested for loop. So j equal to 0, j less than r, j++. And we are printing the value of a of j I. So this is the program to display transpose of a given matrix. Let us compile this. Alt plus F9. Next Control plus F9 to run the program. Enter the number of rows in column. Let us give 3 and 2. And enter the element 4, 6, 2. Now we are getting the transpose of the matrix. So structure in C and C++. Structure is a user-defined data type. It is a collection of data of different types. Structure is a user-defined data type. We have already seen a lot of data types like integer, float, and structure is a user-defined data type. We can use structure as a data type, and it is a collection of different data types. We are using the structure to denote a collection of different data types. That is, inside a structure you can define various data types like integer, float, character, etc. So syntax for structure is struct name. Give any name for the structure. So struct is a keyword for structure. Inside the curly brackets you have to declare the elements of the structure. While ending the structure you have to give the semicolon to denote that structure ends here. You can declare the structure before or inside the void main. You have to define an object to access the member of the structure. Next is union. It is same as structure. It is special data type where variables are stored in same location. It is actually same as the structure. It is collection of different data types. So syntax is union and give a name for the union. Inside the curly brackets, same, you have to declare the members, and at last you have to give the semicolon. There is a main difference between structure and union. Structure has a separate memory location for each of its members. That is, for each and every member you're declaring inside structure, specific memory location is allocated for every members. But in union, the members of a union share the same memory location. That is, even declaring 10 or 20 members inside the union, the allocated memory will be a single location. That is, only one location will be allocated and the members will use the same location. Let us see this in detail. So here's the example how memory is allocated in structure and union. So let us consider a structure containing integer a and a float b. For a integer, specific memory will be allocated, and for float, another memory will be allocated. But in union, we are taking a same integer a and float b. Only, only one location will be allocated for both the variables, and the allocated memory can hold 4 bytes. That is, for integer can hold only 2 bytes. The memory allocated will be 2 bytes. And for float, the memory allocated will be 4 bytes. So if 4 bytes is allocated, both integer and float can be stored in that. If 2 bytes is allocated, float value cannot be stored over there. For that, union will allocate memory for a larger variable. So, memory allocated will be 4 bytes for integer and float. Thus, A and B uses the same memory location. Okay, let us see how structure and union works. So, include header file iosstream.h for scene and CH statement, and include conio.h for clear screen and getch function. We can declare structure above the void main, so I'm declaring struct A. Inside that I'm giving int A and float B. Next, void main. Inside the void main we are giving clear screen statement, and we have to declare object for structure. So structure name is A. We have to give the name of the structure and then define a object. Obj as object name. You can give any name for the object. Now just we are printing enter a integer and a float value. Have to store it at A and B. For that, to access the member of the structure, we have to use the object. So obj is the object name and dot is access operator. So we have to use dot to access the member of structure. A is the member. Next, we have to store float value inside B. So obj dot B. And then let us print the value. For that, I'm including a new line and then obj dot A tab space and obj dot B. So that's it. We have to give getch function. I'm using Turbo C++. You can also use dev. The only difference will be you don't want to include conio.h and clear screen and get. So we have to compile. Before that, I've missed a semicolon here, so let me add it. So Alt plus F9. We have an error. Let me correct it. obj. Okay, now Control plus F9 to run the program. We are going to enter an integer value, that is 4, and a float value, let us give 2.7. So we are getting the output. Let us see same we can do in union. Just change the keyword union. Now give Alt plus F9 for compile and Control plus F9 to run the program. I am giving the integer value, and first we are giving the value for A, and next we are giving the value for B. The value for A will be stored at the same location, and then the value for B will replace the value of A. So at last only value of B will be stored at the location, A will not be stored anywhere, so that we are not getting the value for A and only we are getting the value for B. So union is not commonly used today. It was used in the previous days where memory is where we have tremendous amount of memory to store the value we desired. Now we are mostly using structure. So this is how both structure and union works. Here's the problem for you to try. So create a structure containing student detail. So include student name and marks and total. That is your wish. So just create a structure object and access the elements from the structure. I hope you all learned something new today. So let us see in the next video. So thank you everyone for watching this video. If you like it, please do like and comment in the comment section and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel Code Scratch. If you don't like the video, please mention it in the comment section so that I can rectify the next video. Hope you all liked it, and please stay tuned for the next videos.